Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with the ACF Ultimate series, specifically with the Action sub-series, or Combat sub-series, I should say. So last time we ended with creating a single action within the action set, and I'm certain many of you have already continued or wanted to see the next video before you continued making more actions, because there's no reason for me to make several more actions throughout more episodes. It's more work than is necessary, because you can rewatch what needs to be watched to better understand it, or go through the various action sets to see how each weapon set is done. You'll see that most of them are identical, and it's all about keeping things generic where you can keep them generic. So what we're going to go over is for those that went ahead and started making a whole bunch of actions, and they have different kinds of actions that they want certain things to happen at specific events or certain instances. And for that, ACF has within the ACF full player BP for attacks, the enhanced input attack action, and the handle attack input, and the heavy one with the handle attack input for the heavy. Because obviously you can come here, checkmark is heavy. They're both the same right now, but what happens is dependent on whether it's heavy or not. So this is one thing that I want to take a quick moment to help you guys better understand. If you go through every single one of these event graphs of all of the parents for ACF, you will see a bunch of different functions. And it's done so to make it to where you don't have to do nearly as much. So we come here, back here to this one. I really would recommend making sure you see what already has functions so that you can go and change the function in your character instead of having to create a new function. So back here in the ACF full, here's the attacks again. And if we open this up, you'll have handle attack input. So obviously there's a bunch that has to happen, and this action changes, action heavy attack and action attack, based off whether it is heavy or not. And you can have this happen for here, 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 and here as well if you wish. It would work out just as well. But as you can see here, they're using the equipment components to check to see if there's already a melee weapon. If you want them to have fist fighting, then you would want this gone so that it doesn't equip a weapon to attack. It'll just attack. You'll want to make sure that your unarmed combat shows attack, and we'll go over the general move set in a later video to better explain that. And so it'll equip and attack. But it's also going to do this right here. It's going to check the type. If it's unarmed, obviously it's going to, as I said, armed. Or you can make it do melee attacks. And then it's going to come here if you're armed. So in melee, try execute current target. There is a component we will go over called ACF executor component so that you can try to execute your targets. If it's false, then it's going to keep on going. If it's true, nothing's going to happen because it's going to execute. Next, it's going to say, are you sprinting? Then do a sprint attack. If it's false, is falling. Do a... if it's false, you do an attack or heavy attack. If it's true, do a jump attack. So this is very much how ACF works to your advantage. And as you can see here, we have medium, medium, low, low, high. So if you think about it, if another action is happening, if two actions are going to happen, it's going to choose whichever one has the higher priority. And then if it can, do the other animation that it ignored. So, and whether it can or not is whether you check can be stored, which means after the action that it's done, that has been done, if this hadn't happened, now it will happen right after. That's what that is for. These come from, as you can see, when you're in the player, you don't have to pull the action component out. You can just find the trigger action and start it. But if you are, say you're casting from your player, or you're finding the component, which is another method we'll go over very shortly, then you would need to, as an example, actions component, trigger action. That's the target. Right now, target is self, so it's looking for the component on the character. So that's the general idea of how the actions work with the action components with weapons. We are going to be going over abilities very shortly. There's a few of the things that we're going to go over first, and the first one's going to be how to make your own custom actions to help demystify custom actions. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like, please like and subscribe. And if you are willing, go ahead and donate through buying me a coffee or joining Patreon. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next episode.